Hey everyone, this is Sean, and welcome to another episode of Entrepreneur Insights. Today I'm actually celebrating 5 years in business at my Verizon store. So look back in 2014, March 1st. I remember waking up in the morning, getting everything ready, grabbing my son, who was about 18 months old at the time, because I wanted to bring him and have that experience. But obviously, it's more for me, and brought him to the store and spent about 45 minutes setting up with him and everything like that around 8 o'clock. Opened the doors at 9, and it was unbelievable. Obviously being a Saturday for retail, that was one of the best days. So our day was amazing, and just so much I learned. Really grateful for the employees that we had at the time that were able to help us make things happen. Because even after a couple weeks of training, going in the first day, there's a lot of bumps and bruises that you could end up with if you're not fully prepared. So I was very glad to actually have those employees on board and have them, there to help. So, but yeah, 5 years have been, there's been a lot of ups and downs. I would tell anybody, if you love what you're doing and you want to, you really love the idea of business, that's one thing, but really love what you're going to do, because you're going to be doing it every day. And I can tell you there had been days that was really, really tough. The tough part had been the finance side. Finance guy, but it's kind of like, the books and everything, but when the money's not coming in the way that you'd hoped it would be, it's definitely a struggle. And I'm glad that I had the financial wherewithal with loans and those type of things available at my disposal, because I went into more debt than I would have really hoped I would have, but without the ability to tap into those funds, we would have been kind of out of luck. So, 5 years in and still going. Part of my journey was I had the one store, which I have right now, the wireless zone in South Riding, Virginia, and things were going pretty well. And the franchisor asked me to jump in to pick up a distressed store not too far away, probably about 10 miles from where my first store was. Got it for a pretty good price and thought, okay, well, I'll turn it around really quickly, and hey, we'll do well. This is gonna be great. And again, even if it just makes $1,000 a month, that's $1,000 more a month than we actually have currently. So hey, why not go for it? Sounds great. Problem was, with my positive thinking, it didn't really dawn on me that what if it's the reverse? What if I can't turn it around? What if the business loses money? And sure enough, it did. And month after month after month, for about 2 years, we were profitable, I think 1, maybe 2 months total in the full 2 years there. Every month, the profit from the first store, the South Riding store, was thrown into the second store to keep it afloat. Now, as a finance guy, you say, all right, well, what do? You have some ideas and some thoughts, right? Well, the problem was, hey, you can say, well, we'll just shut the thing down. But I guess, one, the pride that I have made it difficult for me to do that. Two, I looked at it and said, hey, if I want to continue to expand with Wireless Zone, I got to show them that I can make this turn around. And, obviously, same thing with Verizon. They're going to be looking at this and saying, hey, what's the story? Then from there, I crunched the numbers, and I looked and said, okay, well, we're losing roughly around $5,000 a month, and rent was $6,000 a month. So, and you have insurance and so on. So if I shut the doors, it would probably cost me more to be closed, unless I could get out of the lease. It's going to cost more to close the thing down than it is to stay open. So, you're in that kind of situation. What do you do? But just, keep on keeping on, keep on trying. And did I learn a lot from that? Absolutely. One of the things I could have done, hopefully, if I could go back and do it again, would be to, concentrate on small businesses and get out and network a little bit more at the time. But having the 2 stores and feeling that I needed to manage it, kind of on a day-to-day basis and be in this store or that store, I was, going morning to night, maybe spending the morning at one store, going to the other store at night. So another tip right there is to keep in mind that don't go into something that the value of your time would be worth way less, unless that's something that you can definitely get other people to do. So, if you can pay somebody $10, $12 an hour to do what you're doing, and you really want to be an entrepreneur, really want to grow a business, you can't be doing things that a $10 to $12 an hour, $15 an hour person should be doing. You need to be doing things that a 50, 70, 100, 200 plus an hour person should be doing. That's how you're going to grow your business. And unfortunately there, I wasn't doing that. So that's it. But again, I'm 2 years in, I'm sorry, 5 years in now. 2 years into that store, we ended up, handing it off to another owner who wound up shutting it down. And, while I feel bad for them that they weren't able to turn it around, they had a number of other stores, and at least it was vindication for me that it wasn't just me, the seasoned veteran professional speak wasn't able to do it either. So, hey, I guess I'm not that bad. But 5 years into this store, we're still going. I mean, we're struggling a bit, but from time to time, just really licking our wounds and recovering from the results of the second store that, we have to still, pay off and take care of. But it was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I, keep on going. And again, there's 1,000 people to thank. My wife has been super supportive. She'd been there every step of the way, and she was stepping up and helping support our family when I couldn't with the store. The times when you're thinking, well, I don't know how we're going to even make it. She was there to help invest more into the store and help us figure out how to, move a few things around to get ahead of the game. So by all means, I don't want to discourage anybody from being an entrepreneur. I love it. But at the same time, it's not a guaranteed, just open up a business and I'm going to be a millionaire, or, make $100,000 a year or anything like that. Oftentimes you're going to make less than your employees. But you don't want to be stuck in a store doing something, like I said, a $10 an hour activity, for example, when you need to be doing the $100 an hour, $200 an hour activity to really build the business. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful, and would love to hear your questions on Entrepreneur Insights. I have my weekly conversation where I just share some tips, share my experience, and then I also interview other entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in interviewing with me, let me know. Would love to interview you and learn a little more about your business and spotlight it on the channel. As we grow, hear about your struggles, hear about the things that you do to make your business successful. What are the things you can offer to myself as well as to others in the community. So thank you so much for watching.